Hello, 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 hello.
Hello. Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you all had a refreshing break and feeling energized. Myself, Riya Pujari, a UG first year student, and it's my pleasure to stand in front of all of you. This session promises to bring valuable insight, inspiring perspective for all of us.
Good afternoon, everyone. It is my privilege to introduce our esteemed guest, Ms. Chakmeet Kaur. She is a dynamic youth leader and a Viksit Bharat Youth Ambassador, recognized among the top 75 youth leaders in India by the Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports. With a strong legal background from the University of Mumbai, she has represented India at a global platform like the World Youth Festival. Her dedication to youth empowerment, public initiatives, and policy dialogue continue to inspire us all. Ma'am, we are truly honored to have you here with us. The students are eagerly waiting to hear your insights and experiences. I humbly invite you to address the gathering and share your valuable thoughts with us.
Hello, 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 hello. Yeah, welcome to the alma mater. Perhaps he forgot to mention one important aspect of her career. She was the first Vice Chancellor Cup winner of this university. She is the champion in the Vice Chancellor Cup debate. And to sometime it is my privilege, proud also. She was the first commerce student to win Vice Chancellor Cup debate and only student from our department so far who has won the Vice Chancellor Cup debate. From very beginning, her delivery always excited every one of us. We being a student, she was a student and we used to be mentor. We have seen her growing. Over the year, you have reached to a very profound stages in your career. Right now, you are coming into the litigations also and legal. What is your business prospect? क्या करना चाहते हो इसके बाद और क्या कुछ अचीवमेंट है बहुत कुछ अचीव किया आपने इस उम्र में पर ह्यूज राउंड ऑफ अप्लॉज फॉर अस एंड आज मैम सेज Clap reduces heart attack, okay? Clap as much as possible. Risks of heart attack reduces. Now, Jasmeet, please let us know what are your career plan hereafter and how have you come to this stage?
Thank you so much, sir, for having me here. It is my privilege. It is a full circle moment from being a student here to being sitting there to today sitting here in the dais. It is an honor. My journey has started from this university itself. I was never a 90% kind of a student. I was always an average student, like 70%, 60%. इतने marks आ जाते थे, मैं खुश हो जाती थी. So public speaking was something that was very close to my heart, and I wanted to make my career also in public speaking. I used to take guidance from him and other mentors as well. I want to do mass communication. I want to become a public speaker. I want to become an anchor. But life had different plans. BCom के last time में मेरा back लग गया था. I got food poisoning. I got food poisoning and I couldn't give the last semester. And I'm an only girl child in my house and the first graduate in my house. So my parents were very skeptical about me studying further or going outside. First of all, जब मैं यहाँ कॉलेज भी आती थी, मेरे पापा मुझे ड्रॉप करते थे, पापा मुझे पिकअप करते थे. I had a very strict upbringing, and mass communication मेरे parents के लिए was very new thing कि कहाँ जाएगी, बॉम्बे जाएगी, दिल्ली जाएगी, क्या करेगी, माहौल अच्छा नहीं होता. So they didn't knew कि क्या है, कितनी opportunities है बाहर. So वो plan of course मेरा नहीं हो पाया, but public speaking मेरे साथ रही. I used to participate in debates. जितने debates होते थे मैं उसमें participate करती थी. मुझे पता चलता था 10:30 बजे कि 11 बजे debate है, मैं सो के उठ के सीधा debate करने चले जाती थी. Even spot topic हो, जो topic हो, that was the only thing that was keeping me here and making me feel alive. So यही commerce department से मेरी journey शुरू हुई, from participating in college events, college debates to participating district level. And then एक turning point आया मेरी lifetime 2022 when I was selected in state to represent my state in the Parliament of India in the paying homage program. That was a turning moment for my parents as well because उन्हें लगा कि अगर ये उड़ीसा को represent कर सकती है दिल्ली में, so she has some capability कि वो कुछ ना कुछ life में कर लेगी. So that was a turning point in my life and मेरे parents को लगा कि ठीक है, ये पढ़ना चाहती है, इसको आगे पढ़ाएंगे. So I decided कि mass comm नहीं कर सकती तो क्या हुआ, LLB करूँगी. I'll be a litigator. I'll speak for justice. So I gave the entrance of MHCT. I cleared it and I got admission into University of Mumbai. I did my law from there and currently I'm preparing for legal examinations like SEBI and RBI. But one thing is very dear to my heart is public speaking, which I never want to lose in life. And if I get a chance to become an anchor, I'll definitely become that. But yeah.
Thank you so much for that insight. Student, while I was choosing all those people who would be coming for this national business and professional leadership workshop. Now, Jasmeet is not running any business. Neither she is any in a profession. By the way, she have completed law, but she has not taken the license from Bar Council yet. She would be advocate later, then she would be a profession. Now, considering the theme itself, then why did we choose her? But she is a leader from very beginning. That's the first characteristics which define her. As she mentioned that their parent recognized when she represented in center from a student from Odisha. But we recognized her talent when she came to this college and first came into the classroom. We understood this student has potential and she could do anything. Even accordingly, wherever she got her chance, she proved herself in debate also. Now, Jasmeet, I would like to know, like as you mentioned, the family is very much stereotypical. And it is not only you suffering that glass ceiling. The ceiling is over there for around 50-60% of the girl child who are coming over here. Jayanti ma'am also agree on that point that ki aise dunya chalta hai. By the way, she is very much privileged that her family is very much liberal, super liberal. So such kind, but still, given that odd, you still come out of that family. How did you convince your parents in all the process of coming here? Because I know that could be a learning to other students how they would be coming out of their home.
वेरी नाइस क्वेश्चन सर। सर क्या होता है ना कि अगर हम खुद से कोशिश ही नहीं करें, हम अगर जिद ना रखें अपने अंदर, तो फिर पेरेंट्स को भी नहीं पता चलेगा कि आपके अंदर क्या है। मेरे अंदर वो जिद थी, मेरे अंदर वो क्यूरियोसिटी थी, मैं डॉट बाय डॉट कनेक्ट करती गई। मेरी फर्स्ट बुक, हम सबके फर्स्ट बुक जो वो पढ़ते हैं वो एल्केमिस्ट होती है, उसे हमें क्या लेसन मिलता है कनेक्टिंग द डॉट्स। सो मैं ये नहीं सोच रही थी कि मैं सीधा बाहर चले जाऊंगी, दिल्ली चले जाऊंगी, ये चले जाऊंगी। आई वॉज टेकिंग स्मॉल स्टेप्स, जो मेरे पास स्टेप्स अवेलेबल थे मैं वो ले रही थी। मैं अब यहाँ पे पढ़ रही हूँ, मेरे पास यहाँ पे प्रोबेबिलिटी कितनी है कि मेरे पास क्या क्या ऑप्शंस है। मेरे पास डिबेटिंग ऑप्शन था, मेरे पास पढ़ाई में मैं एक्सेल कर सकूँ वो ऑप्शन था, या ऑनलाइन बैठे मैं जो भी कुछ स्किल सीख सकूँ वो ऑप्शन था। तो मैंने वो ऑप्शन को चूज किया, जितना था मेरे पास मैं उसमें अपना 100% देती गई। पेरेंट्स को भी दिखा कि ये हार्ड वर्क कर रही है, शी इज ट्राइंग हर लेवल बेस्ट। और जैसे जैसे मैं डिबेट्स में जीतती गई, जैसे जैसे मैं आगे अपना नाम करती गई, पेरेंट्स को भी ना लोग जाके बताते थे, हाँ मैंने आपकी बेटी को ये कंपटीशन में देखा, हाँ मैंने आपकी बेटी को यहाँ देखा। तो उनको भी बहुत प्राउड फील होता था कि हाँ ये कुछ कर रही है लाइफ में। तो उनको भी रियलाइज हुआ कि हाँ आप ये इतनी मेहनत कर रही है, ये अगर इतनी जिद्दी है अपने गोल को लेके, अपनी मेहनत को लेके, और आगे ये हमारा नाम ही रोशन करेगी, तो वो भी हमें सपोर्ट करते हैं। दे डेफिनेटली सपोर्ट यू।
So now it is a lesson for everybody of you that once you are determined to do something, I think no force in the world could stop you. Likewise, he has proved that no, even if your parents are reluctant initially to send you out, but it is your own dedications and commitment to your idea, and they would eventually be convinced that you would be able to do something because the result will speak for itself. Because you are consistently putting efforts for your goal, so automatically you are rising and they would be breaking all the boundaries for you. So nicely put. So Chashme, now how was your experience delivering your talk in the parliament? Now student, this is a learning. She is a student from this institution and she could go and deliver such kind of lectures in the Indian parliament. So imagine you all have the capability to do something. Even you could also go beyond. So see, imaginations and goals are never a limitation. She set a higher goal, that's what she is achieving. If you set a lower goal, you would be achieving low always. Like many of you also sometimes mention that I wanted to be a clerk in a bank or I wanted to be this in a college. So you would be getting that. There is no problem in that. So, but when you set your ambition very high, definitely you are going to get something high. So share your experience that how get into Indian Parliament and what was the process.
So the process was like there are different levels of competition that happens. First, it happened in a block level, then in a college level, then in district level they select 3 people who represent their district in the state level. In the state level, when they win, they go to the parliament to speak. So this was a paying homage program in which I was selected. तभी COVID का time चल रहा था, so the process was held online. But we went physically to the parliament. The state तक it was online, and then we went to the parliament. और ये जो competition conduct करवाते हैं, that is My Bharat. पहले it used to be नेहरू युवा केंद्र संगठन, and उनकी वजह से ही मुझे ये opportunity मिली. And My Bharat के through से फिर हम we represented in the parliament, and वहाँ पे बहुत बड़े-बड़े leaders आए थे. And it was very overwhelming for a 22-year-old girl to see Prime Minister in front of her, to see so many big cabinet ministers, to interact with them, and it was a very good opportunity. Unfortunately, I didn't speak there, but after a year, I spoke in front of a 5,000 gathering in the same place, Viksit Bharat Young Leaders Dialogue, in which many leaders, including Mansukh Mandavia sir, Narendra Modi ji, John T. Rhodes, and people from other fields, like you see Anand Kumar, you know, entrepreneurs, be it judges, be it everyone, they were present. It was a 5,000 people gathering, and I moderated that gathering. So it was a setback that I couldn't speak in the Parliament of India. I was present there, but I was not selected to speak. Yes. So the next year मैंने ठीक है ये एक setback मिला, उससे और कुछ learn करेंगे, उससे कुछ बड़ा करेंगे. So next year मैंने उसको fulfill कर लिया.
Okay, Jasmeet, another thing, in once we were talking to each other, you just mentioned that you loved too much of public speaking and even you wanted to represent the voice of people. Even you decided to go for Indian Institute of Mass Communication, right? And perhaps this, in Denkanal or something, you decided you wanted to do in Delhi somewhere. Now, suddenly, how did you come to law thereafter? You left that idea or what happened?
So the situation was that my father was not accepting for me to do mass communication because because उन्हें नहीं पता कि opportunities क्या क्या है. It is not that सिर्फ आप news networks के लिए काम कर रहे हो. It is many ministries, PI, MIB, because there's various scopes. You can work for the state government, you can work for any government, you know. So बहुत सारे scope होते हैं, but तभी I didn't have any mentor. I didn't know what opportunities it hold, and keeping the respect of my parents, I thought that LLB is a valid, you know, thing. And LLB, maybe I can keep up with my speaking because that is what we do in the court. So yeah.
Now there is one beautiful thing to observe over here, that when you get out of house and you try exploring the options, now new facets of career opportunity opens. Like you mentioned, that there is a different ministry they are hiring, the government is hiring, there, it is not only reporting. Now again you are saying that I am doing law. So none of these things are conventional to a commerce student. Are you getting? There are abundant of opportunity out there. There are several disciplines, several opportunities, and there are different passion areas somebody works. So now you are a commerce student. Normally people expect whether they will go do an MBA, or thereafter they may do MCOM, or somebody will do CFA, or somebody will do CA or some other stuff, and so be a professional. But doing commerce and thereafter going to law, how does it feel like, and what was the motivation behind?
So commerce itself is a very great field. We learn a lot, you know, the subjects, they teach us a lot. But law was something that was very dear to me, and I wanted to pursue that. If not mass communication, it was just law that I wanted to do. I first thought about doing an MBA. I wanted to open my own startup. I wanted to do business and all that. But uh, later on, I found that law is something that every citizen should know. Law is something that every student should know, because ignorance of law is no excuse in law. If you don't know the law, then there is no excuse for you. So you all should know the law. So I wanted to learn law. Like what is it in our constitution? What is it in our criminal laws? What is it in civil laws? So I wanted to learn about that. I was very curious about law. So after commerce, and also in the commerce we have company law, we have other corporate law. So I was very curious, and I used to score the most in that subject, in the legal subjects. So I was like, me, I want to do law, and that is what I think is good
Oh,
for me.
beautiful. So, Vince, considering that you have been in a leadership role, as you mentioned that you love public speaking. Now, that is one of the core characteristics of a leader, you know, how you the public. Now, this skill also come over the years. Yeah, it does not come in a day and you just directly dictate. Now, what your process of establishing this command in your body, or how you embraces that command and try to be a figure? Now people listen to you. Now you are speaking, everybody is paying attention to you. Now, from where you got that kind of, and what are the sources of learning? How you enrich that skill in you? Because ultimately, you are going to deliver those ideas to the student. They would also pick up from you, and they would be a public speaker someday. Later on, they would be a leader someday. So, what are those tips for them? Give them at least 2, 3 tips.
So it is not a one-day thing. It is a years of learning and practice. मुझे याद है 11th स्टैंडर्ड में मैंने मेरा फर्स्ट डिबेट दिया था, एंड पहले 1 मिनट में बहुत अच्छे से बोली, एंड आई वाज वेरी फास्ट. दूसरे मिनट से मेरे पैर शिवर करना स्टार्ट कर गए. मैं बोलना स्टार्ट कर गई कि मैं क्या बोलने वाली हूँ. मुझे समझ ही नहीं, मैं टॉपिक ही भूल गई क्या था. फिर मैं वहीं पे रुक गई. पर वहाँ पे मेंटोर जो थे, जज जो थे, उन्होंने मुझे एक बात बोली जो मेरे मन में रह गई कि पहले 1 मिनट में जैसे तुमने बोला है, वैसे पूरे 4 मिनट में बोलोगे ना, आपको इंटरनेशनल में भी कोई टक्कर नहीं दे सकता. तो वो एक कॉम्प्लीमेंट ना मेरे लिए एक मोटिवेशन बन गया कि हाँ, अब तो मैं ये पूरा करके रहूँगी. आई वांट टू रिप्रेजेंट इंडिया इंटरनेशनली. तो वो एक मोटिवेशन बन गया मेरे लिए. तो मैंने सीखना स्टार्ट किया कि कैसे मैं अपनी पब्लिक स्पीकिंग को बेटर कर सकूँ. तो सबसे पहला हर्डल मेरी लाइफ में आया था कि वो है कंटेंट कैसे स्ट्रॉन्ग करना है. बिकॉज अगर आपका कंटेंट स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं है तो आप जैसे भी बोला, बहुत अच्छा भी बोलो, तब भी आप नहीं जीत सकते. तो कंटेंट वाज द मेन हर्डल दैट आई नीड टू वर्क अपॉन. और दूसरा था कि मैं बहुत फास्ट बोल देती थी. व्हेन यू आर नर्वस ना, आप बहुत ज़्यादा फास्ट बोलने लग जाते हो. यू आर नॉट इनसाइड यू. तो वो नर्वसनेस को हटाने के लिए आई स्टार्टेड मेडिटेशन. मेडिटेशन वाज द ओनली थिंग दैट हेल्प मी विद नर्वसनेस. ऑल्सो अगर मुझे ऐसा लगता था कि मैं कहीं बैठी हूँ और कोई मुझे ओवरवेल्म कर रहा है, जो कोई बहुत अच्छा बोल रहा है, एंड देन आई गेट नर्वस, तभी तो मैं क्या करती हूँ, चीज़ें नोटिस करने लग जाती हूँ. मैं वहाँ पे वो ग्लास का जो है वो नोटिस करने लग जाऊँगी. मैं फ्लावर को नोटिस करने लग जाऊँगी. मैं किसी एक का फेस देखूँगी जो मुझे लिसन कर रहा है, जो मुझे देख रहा है, जो अच्छे से सुन रहा है. तो वो मेरे मेरे लिए एक मोटिवेशन बन जाता था कि वो एक इंसान तो मुझे सुन रहा है, मुझे उसको जस्टिस देना है, मुझे उसके लिए अच्छा बोलना है.
Wow, so nice of you.
एंड कंटेंट मेरी वीकनेस रही है बिकॉज कोई था नहीं मुझे सिखाने वाला कैसे करना है, क्या करना है. आई वाज वेरी न्यू टू डिबेटिंग. खुद से स्टार्ट किया था बिकॉज मुझे करना था. आई वांटेड टू डू समथिंग इन लाइफ. तो कंटेंट के लिए मैंने बहुत मेहनत की. आई यूज्ड टू रीड न्यूज़पेपर्स. अगर आपका करंट अफेयर्स अच्छा है ना, यू कैन स्पीक एनीथिंग. आप कहीं पे भी जाके बैठो ना, यू कैन स्पीक समथिंग. एंड दैट इज द मेन थिंग. आपको अपना करंट अफेयर स्ट्रांग रखना है. यू हैव टू रीड गुड बुक्स. रीड अबाउट स्पिरिचुअलिटी, रीड अबाउट डिफरेंट जो भी बुक्स आपको पसंद है. अगर आप बुक्स पढ़ते हो ना, आपको एक फ्लो समझ में आ जाता है कि ऑथर किस तरह से आपको मतलब सुना रहा है. वो एक स्टोरी की तरह से सुनाता है. तो अगर आप डिबेट्स भी या कोई भी स्पीच भी एक स्टोरी की तरह से सुनाते हो तो लोग भी और इंटरेस्ट लेते हैं सुनने के लिए. सो दैट इज वन थिंग जो कि मुझे बहुत हेल्प की. नर्वसनेस रहती है, बड़े से बड़े स्पीकर्स को नर्वसनेस रहती है. बट ये कि आपको ट्राई करना चाहिए. अगर आप ट्राई ही नहीं करोगे ना कि आप कैसा बोलते हो कैसे नहीं, आप जाके कोशिश ही नहीं करते हो, तो आपको पता ही नहीं चलेगा आप कहाँ स्टैंड करते हो. अगर 11th स्टैंडर्ड में मैं वहीं रुक जाती कि हाँ मैंने 1 मिनट ही बोला, आगे मैं बोला ही नहीं, तो आज मैं अपनी कंट्री को कैसे रिप्रेजेंट कर रही होती. मैंने कोशिश की, फेलियर्स आए, बहुत फेलियर्स आए. आई वाज डिप्रेस्ड. सो बहुत बुरा टाइम देखा है मैंने. बट द थिंग इज आप अपनी लर्निंग शुरू रखो. कभी ना कभी आपको वो लर्निंग कुछ ना कुछ जरूर देके जाएगी. लर्निंग कभी वेस्ट नहीं जाती है.
So nice inputs for our student. And I do remember you debating, okay? And there are 2, 3 debate sessions I have watched and observed you also. And I must add to our points. I have seen debaters, what happens when the opponent debater says something about you and speaks against you and even pushes you for something. But I've seen a different kind of calmness with Chashmeet every point of time when she debates. Now, she will keep her stand clear, and most importantly, though she may be so humble to admit that my content were not that good, but every time I have seen her content is very much enriched as compared to any other student. And she would give the rebuttal always with her content. She would not get into those kind of argument. Her content would be so rich, the person on the other hand understands. It is a big slap on my face. So even if she would say nothing to her, this kind of debate I have seen, and I certainly enjoyed our debate throughout all my careers whenever I got the opportunity to judge you. And really proud that I had a student like her. And I still believe
Thank
she
you
is
so
one of
much,
them.
sir.
And this department is also proud that we have students like you. Now, Chashmeet, over the years, now you are coming into litigations. Now, you have also seen some angle of litigations, and after become somebody who would be doing law. And how much perspective it bring to you after completion of law, having the combinations of become? Because earlier days also, many of our professionals or who are in the field of commerce, they tends to do become, sorry, Bachelor of Law. So how does that degree help? Although we do have limited understanding, but our student would also get to know that how this kind of combination degree helps a student, because this is a dual bachelor thing.
So commerce and law is the best combination one can do. कॉमर्स एंड लॉ गोज वेरी वेल टुगेदर. इवन आप देखोगे बहुत बड़े बड़े CS भी LLB की डिग्री रखते हैं बिकॉज लॉ सबको जानना चाहिए. लॉ इज दैट कॉर्पोरेट लॉ, कंपनी लॉ, ये आपको जानना ज़रूरी है. कॉमर्स में भी हम वो पढ़ते हैं और इसमें ना न्यूमरस अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ हैं. आप बहुत सारी कंपनीज हैं जो ये रिक्वायरमेंट रखती है कि वी वांट BCom LLB स्टूडेंट्स टू कम एंड जॉइन अस. सो मिनिस्ट्रीज में भी आप ज्वाइन कर सकते हो एज अ कंसल्टेंट. लीगल यंग प्रोफेशनल्स वो हायर करते हैं फॉर कॉमर्स और लीगल बैकग्राउंड. तो आप एज अ यंग प्रोफेशनल कोई भी मिनिस्ट्री ज्वाइन कर सकते हो. सो उसमें भी आपको काफ़ी अच्छा स्कोप मिलता है. एंड द गवर्नमेंट ऑल्सो पेज यू वेल. फॉर अ यंग प्रोफेशनल दे पेज यू 80,000 विदाउट एनी एक्सपीरियंस इफ यू हैव अ बैकग्राउंड ऑफ लॉ एंड BCom टुगेदर. सो देयर आर न्यूमरस अपॉर्चुनिटीज. इवन इन लिटिगेशन आप देखोगे कि सिविल मैटर्स बहुत ज़्यादा है इंडिया में. सो it needs lawyers, a good lawyer. So if you are a good lawyer, if you have a good background of commerce as well as law, you can do very good in civil litigation and it will be very beneficial for you. Also, there are many examinations. You see many organizations like SEBI, RBI, they also have legal officers ka exam in which they have a requirement that you have to know some commerce subject as well. In SEBI, they have a requirement that BCom LLB, they have separate exams. So if you give that, it is also a very good opportunity and you serve in the financial capital of India, that is Mumbai, as a law officer, and yeah, you have numerous opportunities.
Okay, thank you so much. Uh, any other student do have any questions regarding leadership from her, would like to learn something from her? Because she is your senior, perhaps she would be she would be connecting you very well, because she has studied like you one day she was on that bench, and today where you are sitting. Now inspiration, gradually such kind of students numbers are reducing. Make yourself one, okay? We would be very much happy. Please, if you do have any questions to her. By the way, we are quite glad that Anindita is continuously asking questions. Rest of the students have come for a picnic, I guess. They have come clapping, and they are reducing the risks of heart attack.
Good afternoon, ma'am. I'm Anandita Thakur. Ma'am, I'm a very big fan of your speech, ma'am. From Vikshit Bharat, ma'am. Very big fan. And my question is, ma'am, how to build confidence and modulation in public speaking, and how does good communication improve a student's confidence? This is my question.
Yeah, definitely that will. Yeah, she's asking that how did you get the confidence, and how you prove yourself as a good communicator or public speaker.
So my confidence was built by practicing and participating. I was participating non-stop. मैं अच्छा बोलूँ बुरा बोलूँ मैं participate करती थी. Eventually वो confidence आपको आ जाता है. And you have to be true to yourself. आप क्या learn कर रहे हो? You have to be honest कि हाँ मैं वो learn कर रही हूँ या नहीं. हम लोग क्या करते हैं कि बहुत ज़्यादा हम study करते हैं, but हम खुद को धोखा देते हैं कि हम पढ़ रहे हैं and साथ में हम मोबाइल देखने लग जाते हैं. हमारा दिमाग कहीं और रहता है. We are not true to ourselves. बट हम घड़ी देखते नहीं हमने तो 2 घंटे पढ़ लिए तो ये यू आर नॉट ट्रू टू योर सेल्फ. तो कॉन्फिडेंस कैसे आएगा? कॉन्फिडेंस तब आता है जब आप ऑनेस्ट हो खुद से, यू आर ट्रू टू योर सेल्फ एंड यू आर वर्किंग ऑन योर सेल्फ, तभी वो कॉन्फिडेंस आएगा. एंड वंस यू स्टार्ट प्रैक्टिसिंग, वंस यू स्टार्ट एंगेजिंग विद पीपल, आपको लगेगा कि ये डिफिकल्ट नहीं है, ये बहुत ईजी है. फर्स्ट 2-3 बार आपको बहुत डिफिकल्ट लगेगा, लोग ओवरवेल्म करेंगे कि हाँ नहीं मैं क्या हूँ, वो इतना अच्छा बोल रहे हैं, दे हैव रीड सो मच, मैं उनके सामने कैसे बोल पाऊंगी, क्या हो पाएगा. अगर मैं भी ऐसा सोचती तो नहीं कर पाती कुछ भी. तो यही है कि आप हम्बल रहो, आप ट्रू टू योरसेल्फ रहो. मुझे एक कोट हमेशा याद आता है लाल बहादुर शास्त्री जी का, नानक नन्हे रहिए जैसे नन्ही धूप, हर रुख सुख जात है धूप खूब की खूब. जब बड़ा पेड़ होता है ना, जब आंधी आती है तो वो गिर जाता है, पर जो घास रहती है वो वैसी की वैसी हरी भरी रहती है. Because they're grounded, they're humble. So be humble, stay true to yourself and participate. बेशरम बन जाओ डिबेट में, मतलब I'm telling you authentic रहो और बेशरम बन जाओ and participate जितने भी इवेंट्स.
So nice.
मैम मैम एक्चुअल में बीइंग एन आर्टिस्ट मैम, आप जितने भी पार्टिसिपेट करते हो ना मैम, एक वो जितने भी आप पार्टिसिपेट करते हैं थोड़ा सा भी मन में रहता है स्टेज फियर कि नहीं जाके मैं भूल जाऊंगी ये करूंगी बोल के. तो मैम आप जितना भी कॉन्फिडेंस बिल्ड करना है मैं आता है डर, उसको मैं उसके बारे में पूछना चाहती थी कि कॉन्फिडेंस कैसे बिल्ड करें बोल के.
कॉन्फिडेंस की आपको प्रैक्टिस से आएगा. आप पहली बार स्टेज में जाओगे आप अच्छा नहीं बोल पाओगे, बट आप बार बार करोगे वो चीज़. जैसे आप बार बार आज क्वेश्चन पूछो, मुझे बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है. फ्रॉम द स्टार्टिंग, इवन येस्टरडे आई वाज वाचिंग द ऑनलाइन सेशन, शी वाज द ओनली वन हु वाज आस्किंग कॉन्स्टेंटली क्वेश्चंस. सो इट इज अ वेरी गुड थिंग. इसी से आपका कॉन्फिडेंस बिल्ड होगा. आज आपका कॉन्फिडेंस बहुत हाई है जो कल था उससे. तो आप जैसे पार्टिसिपेट करोगे, हर एक क्वेश्चन आंसर, और क्यूरियस रहोगे, लोगों से सीखना. जैसे कोई कुछ बोल रहा है, आज वो पब्लिक स्पीकिंग कर रहा है, वो कैसे बोल रहा है, वो अपने वर्ड्स कैसे पुट फोर्थ कर रहा है, या उसका कंटेंट कैसा है, या उसका फ्लो कैसा है. स्टार्ट मेकिंग नोट्स ऑफ इट and try to practice in front of the mirror या record yourself. मोबाइल सामने रखो, take a topic of your own thing. Like आप कॉमर्स के हो तो कॉमर्स का ही कोई एक सब्जेक्ट ले लो, make a topic, make a debate on it or make a speech on it and start speaking and record yourself. आप रिकॉर्ड करोगे तो भी आपको एक कॉन्फिडेंस आएगा कि हाँ मैं अच्छा बोल सकती हूँ and I'm making myself better each and every day. Start from very little, eventually हो जाएगा. कुछ करने से मतलब कुछ ना करने से बेटर आप रोज थोड़ा थोड़ा करो, eventually you will reach your heights.
Thank you so much. That was a beautiful insight. By the way, I must correlate one statement you gave in between. Like initially in the morning also when you asked this question to Jayanti ma'am, she also started with one point and which really touched me because what we have been observing with all these leaders, they give that primary importance to the honesty to yourself. Like her primary engagement was with that single word, honest. Be honest to yourself, and there is no harm being honest to you. And likewise, you also mentioned your study, being honest to yourself. Don't cheat yourself. Now, when this honesty would be there, am I doing sufficient for this? If I'm not doing it and I'm giving false compliment to myself that I've done my part, then you're not going to exceed, or you're not going to succeed also. Those are the core principles that all successful leaders embedded himself, embedded themselves that no, I have to be honest to myself. And this is the self-appraisal for. Am I doing good or not bad? That is immaterial. Secondly, now she is saying very beautifully. मेरे teacher एक याद आ गया जब the moment she said बेशरम हो जाओ and that and you start. I think this is very very true because though that word may be sounding a bit different, but you know, if somebody wanted to be progress, now you know very typically you know a singer when he starts singing, the self-doubt will always come. People will laugh at me. People will do, but you know, unless and until you expose yourself to the public, you couldn't be a public speaker. You have to be exposing yourself to be a public speaker. So the first thing, how would you expose yourself? Either you speak well, does not speak well, it does not matter. But first primary purpose to be in public speaker is you have to expose to the public. Now, if your हमका सबसे बड़ा fear रहता है कि हम public को अपने आप को expose नहीं करते, तो आप public speaker बनेंगे कैसे? Secondly, वो कहते हैं कि जो बेशरम वाली बात पे मैं आ रहा हूँ, वो क्या कहें? It is better to be stupid for a while than to be stupid for your rest of your life. So अब कोई क्या सोचेगा? आपने एक सवाल पूछा, बहुत गंदा सा सवाल पूछा, बहुत खराब सा सवाल पूछा, लगा कि उस सवाल के पीछे कुछ अंडरस्टैंडिंग नहीं है, कुछ टाइम नहीं है, फिर भी आप 95% से बेहतर हो, उनके पास तो जवान ही नहीं है. Are you getting? So आप थोड़ा सा भी एफर्ट करके इंडिया एज ए कंट्री नो, मैं कभी एक स्टैटिस्टिक वेरी रिसेंटली देख रहा था, इट्स नॉट इन टर्म ऑफ मॉनेटरी और व्हाटएवर आई एम सेइंग, आदमी ना यहीं पे 15,000 भी अर्निंग कर जाता है ना, वो तो टॉप 5% में आ जाता है. आदमी थोड़ा बोलना शुरू कर देता है, कुछ कहना शुरू कर देता है, तो कुछ टॉप क्लास में आ जाता है. बिकॉज वी हैव सो मच ऑफ बैकग्राउंड एंड लाइकवाइज बैकपुलिंग फ्रॉम आउटसाइड, बट हम अपने आप को आगे लेना ही नहीं चाहते. एंड लाइक द कैरियर सी इज इन ए लीडर और ए पब्लिक स्पीकर, द प्राइमरी थिंग इज दैट तुम जब पब्लिक के लिए काम करने के लिए बात कर रहे हो और पब्लिक में ही नहीं आओगे, नो मेकिंग सेंस, राइट? तो तुमको पब्लिक के पास आना पड़ेगा. कॉन्फिडेंस कम्स ओनली वंस यू इंटरेक्ट विद द पब्लिक. अब हम भी सुबह से कल से 15 लोगों को सवाल पूछ रहे हैं, कुछ गलत सवाल आएंगे, ठीक है, वो सामने वाला को जाता है कि हजारों सवाल बन रहे हैं तो कोई अप डाउन हो सकता है, बट यू नो अल्टीमेटली आई हैव टू सर्व ए पर्पस, सो आई हैव टू डू इट, राइट? सो कॉन्फिडेंस कम्स वंस यू एक्सपोज योरसेल्फ. जब तक ऐसे नहीं, लोग तो नहीं घर बैठे स्विमिंग सीख जाते. स्विमिंग सीखने के लिए पानी में कूदना पड़ेगा, घर बैठे स्विमिंग नहीं होगी. अब डिबेटर बनना है तो डिबेट में पार्टिसिपेट करना पड़ेगा, because then only you will be one. You wanted to be a leader, connect with the leader, listen to the leader, engage with the leader and bring that leadership quality in you, then only you become a leader. Truly very inspiring story from you, Jasmeet. Very nice.
आपने बहुत अच्छे से वो बात रखी मेरी, थैंक यू सर. आपने जो मेरी बात है बहुत अच्छे से कंप्लीट की, थैंक यू फॉर दैट.
I understand you are my student, so we do have thought process in similarity, okay? Now, Jasmeet, I would also like to know one thing, that Bhanipatna being it, as you mentioned, that in environmental standpoint, that kind of environment somebody get at Delhi, kind of environment somebody get at, let's say in Bhubaneswar. By the way, in the era of technology, perhaps we are not at that disadvantageous position. Still, like you mentioned, not getting a mentor, as a kind of a mentor which you look for. Then in such kind of scenario, what was your motivation that no, though I do not have this availability, but I will take this challenge as opportunity, and how you converted those challenges, and now you converted already, we have established already that it become an opportunity for you and you have proved yourself. So आप उस challenges से opportunity में कैसे move करते हो?
तो जब बीकॉम में एडमिशन यहाँ पे होना था, तो मैं नहीं चाहती थी कि मेरा एडमिशन यहाँ हो. मेरे फ्रेंड्स सब बाहर गए हुए थे, कोई भुवनेश्वर गया है, कोई रायपुर, कोई दिल्ली, कोई सब बाहर गए हुए थे पढ़ने के लिए. बट मैंने बताया जैसे कि मेरे कंस्ट्रेंट्स थे, तो मुझे यहीं एडमिशन लेना पड़ा. सो आई वाज वेरी सैड. लेकिन ना अब जब मैं देखती हूँ पीछे मुड़ के, अगर मैं यहाँ नहीं पढ़ी होती ना तो आज मैं वहाँ नहीं होती जहाँ मैं हूँ।
So nice.
वो 3 साल मैंने अपने खुद के ऊपर वर्क किया। जो लोग बाहर गए वो उनको क्या, उनके पास बैकग्राउंड था, वो उनके पास फ्रेंड्स थे, उनके पास कॉलेज दूसरा था, वहाँ पे वो बहुत सारी चीज़ें वो कर रहे थे। बट यहाँ पे रह के मैंने खुद पे वर्क किया। मेरे पास घर था, मेरे पेरेंट्स थे, मेरे पास अच्छे अच्छे मेंटोर्स थे, प्रोफेसर्स थे जिन्होंने बहुत अच्छा पढ़ाया यहाँ पे कॉमर्स में। और यही वो टाइम था जब मैं अपने आप पे काम करके डिबेट्स में जा पाई, मल्टीपल डिबेट्स में मैं पार्टिसिपेट कर पाई, कॉलेज ने मुझे अपॉर्चुनिटी दी थी तब। इसीलिए आज मैं वहाँ हूँ जहाँ मैं हूँ। अगर मैं भुवनेश्वर जाती तो शायद मैं वहाँ नहीं होती, मैं शायद कोई जॉब कर रही होती, कोई 9 to 5 जॉब कर रही होती वहाँ, क्योंकि ऑलमोस्ट मेरे सारे फ्रेंड्स जो बाहर गए थे वो 9 to 5 ही कर रहे हैं आज के टाइम में। बट टुडे आई फील वेरी प्राउड कि मैं यहाँ रही और आई लर्न अ लॉट फ्रॉम दिस कॉलेज, आई लर्न अ लॉट फ्रॉम दिस कॉलेज। कॉलेज ने बहुत सारी अपॉर्चुनिटी दी मुझे। फर्स्ट वाइस चांसलर कप मैं यहीं से जीता। बीच में कोविड आ गया था, इन माई सेकेंड ईयर कोविड आ गया था एंड देन चीज़ें ऑनलाइन हो गई थी एंड इट गेव मी मोर अपॉर्चुनिटीज। बिकॉज अभी जो स्टूडेंट भुवनेश्वर में पढ़ रहा है, जो स्टूडेंट दिल्ली में पढ़ रहा है, उसके पास भी उतनी अपॉर्चुनिटी है जितनी मेरे पास थी। उसके पास जो डिजिटल एवोल्यूशन हुआ वो बहुत तेजी से हुआ। सो आई ऑल्सो गॉट टू लर्न अबाउट मॉडल यूनाइटेड नेशंस। यहाँ पे पहले होता नहीं था, तो मुझे वो चीज़ें पता चली मॉडल यूनाइटेड नेशन, और मैंने अडेप्ट करना शुरू कर दिया उस चीज़ को। सो मुझे अपने घर का माहौल भी मिल रहा था, मुझे बाहर का एक्सपोजर भी मिल रहा था। सो दैट वाज अ वेरी गुड एडवांटेज फॉर मी। आई वाज लकी इनफ कि वो कोविड आया फॉर इन दैट सेंस, नॉट इन दैट वे, बट फॉर मी, फॉर माय करियर ग्रोथ और फॉर माय कैरेक्टर डेवलपमेंट। तभी मैं बहुत सारे इवेंट्स में पार्टिसिपेट करती थी ऑनलाइन। मैंने इवेंट्स में पार्टिसिपेट किया, डिफरेंट नेशनल एज वेल एज इंटरनेशनल। तो उसने भी मुझे शेप किया और मुझे ये पता लगा कि मेरी कैपेबिलिटीज़ क्या है, मैं क्या क्या कर सकती हूँ। नहीं तो मुझे ऐसा लगता था कि जो लोग दिल्ली में है, जो लोग मुंबई में बैठे, दे नो मोर देन मी, मैं क्या हूँ उनके सामने। बट जब वो डिजिटली मैं उनके साथ कनेक्ट करी कि मुझे पता चला कि नहीं, वी ऑल हैव सेम नॉलेज, वी ऑल हैव सेम नॉलेज। बस वही है कि हम कैसे लर्न कर रहे हैं। आर वी क्यूरियस इनफ टू लर्न। जगह कोई मैटर नहीं करती आज के डिजिटल ज़माने में, डजेंट मैटर एट ऑल। अगर आप क्यूरियस हो, अगर आप जिद्दी हो अपने एम को लेके, अगर आप कोई एंटरप्रेन्योर बनना चाहता है, आपके ऑनलाइन यूट्यूब में कितने सारे क्लासेस है। ऑल्दो मेरे पास मेंटर नहीं था, बट आई हैड एक्सेस टू इंटरनेट एंड नाउ अभी तो एआई है। यू हैव सो मेनी एआई दैट यू कैन लर्न फ्रॉम। बट ये कि लोग क्या करते हैं कि वी जस्ट कॉपी पेस्ट फ्रॉम एआई, राइट अ प्रोजेक्ट। वी आर यूजिंग एआई इन अ वेरी बैड वे। यू शुड यूज एआई टू लर्न। यू नो, अगर आपको कोई टॉपिक समझ में नहीं आ रहा है, जस्ट टेल एआई दैट टीच दिस टॉपिक एज यू वुड डू टू अ 10-year-old kid. Do that. Learn from AI. Don't just misuse AI. Don't write your projects. Learn from it. Research करो उसमें, different different चीज़ों के बारे में जानो. You have a open field over there. You have internet access. Learn about things. So आप कम नहीं हो. You are equally capable as a child would have been who is studying in Mumbai, Delhi, or any tier 1 city.
We would be concluding these sessions in another 1 or 2 sessions. But now, so far from yesterday till today, I have asked these questions to almost all the leaders who have come over here about the challenges, right? And the reason I ask this simple question, though it may be repetitive, but you know the constant answer I'm getting from all those leaders is that challenges, they have always accepted that opportunity. None of them have said that the challenges given me trouble. Rather, like ma'am was telling, she is telling that no, these challenges and COVID even give, and if the complexity of challenge is higher, they believe the opportunity level is also very high. So this is something, you know, a deadly combination. On the other end, the person who is a failure always blame the challenge and the toughness of it, and they just give up. On the other hand, you get more acceleration when you get a bigger challenge, and your speed even increases. Now when you, if something pull you back, it launches you even far more, at a far more speed. So the way you are approaching ना, इससे तो ठीक था, जब कोविड आया तो मेरे लिए और बेहतर हो गया. So when this is how somebody takes challenges, life is keep on giving you such kind of tough times, but this is what determines how you respond to it, how you stay calm in that situation, not reactive. I'm saying how is your response and positive commitment, and how you are putting yourself back into the position again and relaunching yourself. So beautifully put. And again, Coming back to the locality, location is never a disadvantage as the proof. And this has been a myth. Everybody in your brain, sometimes you say, हमारे घर में ये दिक्कत है, हमारे इस locality में ये दिक्कत है. Now that is the reason I'm asking this question to all, then to disprove your myth that we do have problem as a locality. Now in today's technologies era, now you could sit at home, listen a lecture from Harvard. No need to worry that what others are teachers in the class. Even if you miss a class or you do not know something, there is somebody from MIT is ready to deliver lecture to you. So no, in these era, if you would not be learning and engaging or understanding things, then where will we? We are perhaps in one of the best time of the human generations when accessibility of knowledge is very much easy and means affordable. Thank you so much, Jasmeet, for bringing that perspective to our student. And what more you would like to put into their brain, because so that being a leader, what your exposure away from India, you have gone out also, you have represented India outside. What was your experience with some other international students?
It was quite positive, sir. So, for who to know that I represented India in World Youth Festival, which took place in Sirius territory. It is an Olympic city. I was only girl from Odisha who represented India in an international platform. So I was selected by the ministry itself to represent India. So one thing I learned from there is how diverse we are as Indians. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam is very deeply involved in our heart. तो वही चीजें मैंने वहां जाके देखी कि Indians were, very humble, and even they were very humble, and they were interacting likewise that कि हम तो सालों सालों से एक दूसरे को जानते हैं. The friendship is very close, the friendship is very dear, and the experience was very different, and how much they respect Indians. So we had a session of Rakesh Sharma. Who all know who Rakesh Sharma is? Anyone?
Yes, he is raising your hand. Who is Rakesh Sharma?
Very,
Moon.
very. So वो रशिया की तरफ से गए थे स्पेस में, so they respect Indians so much. तो उनके साथ हमारा सेशन लिया गया था, and it was so inspiring as an Indian to see an Indian in a foreign territory, and we know so less about him. We know so less about him. Just we know that he's the first person to go in the space, but he's very inspirational, and the Russians, they also treat us very nicely. It was a great experience. 150 countries से delegates आए थे वहाँ पे, so we learned a lot from them. How clean they are. They have civic sense, which we lack. The one challenge that we have, that is a problem in India, that is we lack at the civic sense. हमारे पास नहीं है वो. वहाँ पे क्या होता है ना, एक छोटा सा स्टिकर भी नीचे गिरा होता था, वो स्क्रैच कर करके निकालते थे. And they are always so energetic, and they are very humble. So I learned that from them. Also, food was the only challenge. As a vegan in a foreign territory, food was a challenge. Other than that, we learned a lot. There was a session on BRICS. There was a session on, I also had a session, not me, all the other delegates. We had a session with the President Putin itself. He was also present in the World Youth Festival. So it was very inspiring and a very different learning experience that I cannot even express in words. It was next level thing, and अभी भी मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि वो शायद सपना था, वो रियल था नहीं. अभी भी मैं सोचती हूँ उस बारे में, because काफी difficult था, to be honest, वो crack करना वो exam, and then going in a foreign territory and interacting with leaders, multi leaders, yeah.
It was a very beautiful experience. See, now when you move away from home, could you imagine how much of experiences you gather? Like yesterday also there was one such business leader called Dept, sir. He came and he was telling that one bad thing you could do is that you could travel around the world. And Janti ma'am, she never says no. When the moment I say that ma'am, it would be tough for you, isn't it? That coming at this time and reaching over here. You see, this is toughness. कुछ भी नहीं है. This is what their attitude towards this. When it comes to movement, they are quite flexible. And like another person was also telling, 24 hours, right? Like you yourself was telling, So I need to have 24 hours flexibility. I couldn't say no to anything. Then only you would be able to explore any part of the world. We say no, शाम हो गया नहीं चलते हैं, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. If you would go around, go out of house, go out of your city, explore somewhere, there definitely some piece of learning over there, and that's what leaders do. They travel around, they explore around, they talk to people, they meet each other, and this is also one piece of learning we must accumulate from her, that meeting new people, new places, visiting to new localities is definitely going to enrich you, to understand the society better, and it is going to build up a leadership characteristic in you by looking at this thing. That's very beautiful. Jasmeet, in last, we have another 9 minutes or so. If you would like to encourage them, our student, with any other beautiful thought of yours which you have encountered throughout your life and which has impacted significantly your life to become what you are today.
Most of the things I've told, but I have so much to say. मैं इतना ही बोलना चाहती हूँ कि we should be a good listener before we are a good speaker. We have to be a good listener before we have become a good speaker. अगर आप सुनोगे नहीं, if you don't take learning, कहीं से भी हो, आपको एक छोटा से छोटा इंसान भी बहुत बड़ी बड़ी सीख दे सकता है. जैसे वो एक सीख जो मेरे को दी गई थी जब मैं 11 जो मैंने आपको बताई थी कि आप जैसा फर्स्ट मिनट में बोल रहे हो वैसा आप पूरा डिबेट करोगे तो यू कैन रिप्रेजेंट योर कंट्री इन इंटरनेशनल लेवल. वो मेरे लिए एक मोटिवेशन बन गया बिकॉज आई केप्ट माई ईयर्स ओपन. मैं अभी सर से भी वो बात कर रही थी कि मैं एक डिबेट कॉम्पिटिशन में थी एंड उन्होंने जो मुझे एक सजेशन दिया था. पहले क्या होता था ना, आई यूज टू जस्ट गूगल थिंग्स, जो भी टॉपिक होता था मैं गूगल कर लेती थी. अगर वहाँ पे नेगेटिव दिखा रहे थे आई यूज टू से नेगेटिव. सर ने बोला यू आर नॉट ऑथेंटिक, यू आर नॉट ट्रू टू योरसेल्फ. जो मैंने पहले भी बोला कि अगर आप ऑथेंटिक नहीं हो, आप अपने मन से नहीं, जैसे मेरा टॉपिक था तभी डिजिटल इंडिया, मतलब डिजिटल जो भी चीजें हो रही है वो अच्छी है या बुरी है, तो मैंने सब कुछ बुरा बोल दिया था. नहीं, हम लोग फोन यूज करते हैं, डिस्ट्रैक्ट होते हैं, 3-3 घंटे 4-4 घंटे हम स्क्रॉल करते रहते हैं, ये वो मैंने सब कुछ बुरा बोल दिया था. बट मैंने पॉजिटिव साइड ये नहीं देखा कि जो टॉपिक मैंने बोला है वो मैंने इंटरनेट से ही लेके बोला है. आई वॉज यूजिंग इंटरनेट और यहाँ आके मैं बुराई कर रही थी. आई वॉज नॉट ऑथेंटिक. सो एक चीज ये है कि यू हैव टू लर्न एंड यू हैव टू लर्न बाय योर एक्सपीरियंसेस. यू हैव टू नेटवर्क विद पीपल. अच्छे अच्छे लोगों से नेटवर्किंग करो. अभी तो ऑनलाइन इतने सारे लोग अवेलेबल है, बहुत सारी चीजें अवेलेबल है, आप उनसे नेटवर्क करना स्टार्ट करो. लिंक्डइन में यू कनेक्ट विद मेनी पीपल, यू नो, इतने सारे लोग हैं, यू कैन टॉक टू एनीवन एंड दे रिप्लाई, दे वेरी हम्बल. बिकॉज जो भी लोग एक अच्छी पोजीशन में होते हैं दे आर वेरी हम्बल. दे नो, बिकॉज वो भी वही पोजीशन से आए होते हैं, सो दे आल्सो वांट टू टीच यू, दे वांट टू हेल्प यू. स्टार्ट नेटवर्किंग, स्टार्ट बीइंग ऑथेंटिक टू योरसेल्फ. अगर आप कुछ एक्सपीरियंस कर रहे हो कि हाँ आपका इंटरनेट के साथ ये ऐसा कनेक्शन है, स्पीक दैट. भले लोगों को क्या लगे, लोगों को लगे कि हाँ ये बुरा है, लेकिन आपके लिए अगर वो अच्छा है, स्पीक दैट, बी ट्रू टू योरसेल्फ and start learning and networking, because networking has played a very good part in my journey. When I was a part of paying homage program in the Parliament of India, वहाँ पे मैंने बहुत अच्छी networking की. That gave me further more opportunities. मैं मिनिस्ट्री के और इनिशिएटिव्स में कनेक्ट हो पाई, लाइक मेरी माटी मेरा देश जो मुंबई में हुआ था, आई वाज पार्ट ऑफ दैट बिकॉज आई मेड नेटवर्किंग फ्रॉम देयर, फ्रॉम मेनी सीनियर्स. तो ऐसे ही मैंने डिफरेंट डिफरेंट जो इनिशिएटिव्स है उसमें मैंने पार्टिसिपेट करना स्टार्ट किया. नेहरू युवा केंद्र माय भारत वाज द मेन, मतलब इट वाज अ थिंग जिन्होंने मुझे बनाया, आई से दैट दे हैव बीन अ वेरी बिग पार्ट ऑफ माय लाइफ. आई हैव पार्टिसिपेटेड इन ऑलमोस्ट ऑल द इवेंट्स जहाँ पे मुझे बहुत कुछ लर्निंग मिली. लाइक एक्सपीरियंशियल लर्निंग प्रोग्राम्स बहुत सारे होते हैं. जन औषधि के बारे में आपको पता चल रहा है, आपको इंपॉर्टेंस पता चल रही है सस्टेनेबिलिटी की, आपको इंपॉर्टेंस पता चल रही है बजट की, बजट कितना इंपॉर्टेंट है. लाइक आज आप देख रहे हो जो विकसित भारत यंग लीडर्स डायलॉग जो जनवरी में हुआ था, वहाँ पे ना बहुत सारी पॉलिसीज पे डिस्कशन हुई थी प्राइम मिनिस्टर के सामने, जो कि हम यूथ्स ने की थी. और वो जो पॉलिसीज है, जो भी उन्होंने सजेशन दिए यूथ ने, वो हमारे बजट में इस बार इंक्लूड हुए. आवर बजट वाज दिस टाइम युवा ड्रिवन बजट. तो आप देख रहे हो कि हमारी कितनी पावर है कि हम जो सजेशन दे रहे हैं दैट विल बी इंक्लूडेड इन आवर बजट. सो वी हैव अ पावर. तो हम वो पावर को कैसे यूज कर रहे हैं, हम कैसे उस प्लेटफॉर्म को यूज कर रहे हैं, हम कैसे और पार्टिसिपेशन कर रहे हैं चीज़ों में, और करेंगे तो कोई हमें नहीं रोक सकता. इवन गवर्नमेंट इज लिसनिंग टू अस. सो only thing that I want to suggest you all is to participate in as much initiatives as you can. learning, start listening, and be true to yourself. Thank you.
So nice, Jasmeet. We would have two online session here after. After we would conclude, we have 3 more minutes. Now, one thing, student, Jasmeet has come from this place, reached to this place today, and she would be reaching more height in the years to come. In this process, now gradually, she mentioned two things in between our lecture, which I would like to recite for you. That the moment she mentioned, in terms of our civic sense and environmental awareness, we are one of the worst countries. And there is nothing, see, we would not be able to change ourselves unless and until we accept our problem. We need to accept the reality. हम अगर ये कह देंगे आप बहुत सुंदर है, बहुत अच्छा है, ये हमारी बेवकूफ़ी होगी. अगर जब तक हमारे प्रॉब्लम को हम रिकॉग्निशन नहीं देंगे, इसकी सोल्यूशन भी नहीं आएगी. और उसी तरह से जयंती मैम भी बोल रहे हैं कि आज की डे का स्टार्टअप ये होना चाहिए कि जो एनवायरनमेंट पे सबसे ज्यादा काम करे, बिकॉज इंडिया का सबसे बड़ा प्रॉब्लम एट दिस पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम एनवायरनमेंट है. Because if there is no place to live, what will you do with your monetary success? If you don't have air to breathe, and if you don't have water to drink, now what is the sense of money? Every time would you stay in a house which is air purified? ऐसे नहीं हो सकता ना. We need to live our life. And now even in fact many time I become somebody, a person kind of a hated also, because every time I used to give this pinching knock to everybody. No, no, how could you leave something on the floor? कल मैं रास्ते में आ रहा था, कोई बच्चा चिप्स खा के रास्ते में डाल दिया था. मैं उठा के ला रहा हूँ, कोई टीचर बोला सर चिप्स खा रहे हो? नहीं भाई, किसी ने रास्ते में छोड़ा था, मैं उसे पकड़ के घूम रहा हूँ कि एक डस्टबिन रख के डालो उसे. So this is how it is. And sometime our awareness are so poor. ने मेरा सामने 5 डस्टबिन पड़ा है और मैं बाहर फेंकता हूँ. ये कल्चर हमको चेंज करना पड़ेगा. ये हर फोरम में इसकी अभी डिस्कशन होनी चाहिए. इंडियन सिविक सेंस बहुत बहुत खराब है और इसको बदलेगा कौन? जो लोग खराब है ना वो बहुत जल्दी जाएंगे भी इस दुनिया से. बट जो है, ग्रेटा थनबर्ग एक लड़की एट द ईयर ऑफ 13 नो होल वर्ल्ड को जगा दी, जाके पूरा यूएन. मेरे लिए मेरा 5 जनरेशन का क्या है? मेरे ग्लेशियर मेल्ट कर रहे हैं, मेरा अर्थ टेम्परेट हो रहा है. तो तुम लोगों ने एक सस्टेनेबल अर्थ बनाने का कंसेप्ट सोचा ही नहीं है. एंड एक सस्टेनेबल अर्थ कैसे बनेगा? हम लोगों की अवेयरनेस है. एंड रियली अप्रिशिएट यू ब्रिंगिंग अप दैट पॉइंट फॉर आवर स्टूडेंट दैट आवर सिविक सेंस रिक्वायर्स मच मोर इम्प्रूवमेंट. इट रिक्वायर्स कंटिन्यूअस केयरिंग ऑफ आवर मदर नेचर. It requires a continuous effort to improve our environmental awareness. Pollutions को हमें घटाना है और सबसे बड़ा एक ग्रीन इंडिया बनाने के लिए आपकी एफर्ट बहुत बहुत रिक्वायर्ड है. If you do have any 1 or 2 minutes concluding remarks on that, and thereafter we will end up this session, and thereafter we'll start the another session.
इंडिया को विकसित भारत बनाना है तो वो एक यूथ ही बना सकता है. बिकॉज आज के टाइम में आप इंडिया में देख लो, यूथ ही है. We have the highest amount of youth in India than any country in the world. So youth have the power to change India. Youth have the power to make India a विकसित India. So जैसे सर बोल रहे थे कि हमारे में civic sense नहीं है, आप कोई भी रेलवे स्टेशन जाके देख लो, कोई भी वॉशरूम यूज कर लो, आप नहीं कर पाओगे. मैं एक रिसेंटली एक न्यूज देख रही थी. एक लड़का है, वो एयरपोर्ट में जो एयरप्लेन में जो खिड़की होती है उसमें अपना नाम लिख के आ गया है. सो इट्स अ वेरी बैड थिंग. मतलब ये बहुत बैड इंप्रेशन देता है अगर कोई बाहर से आ रहा है उसको. तो हमें क्या है, खुद में एक चेंज लाना है. खुद में हम चेंज कब लाएंगे? जब हम खुद जानेंगे कि हाँ ये इंप्रेशन दूसरों को क्या कर रहा है. जब कोई आपके घर में आता है तो आप अपने घर को बहुत नीट एंड टाइडी देखना चाहते हो कि वो घर आए तो उसको लगे कि हाँ इनका घर बहुत अच्छा था, इन्होंने बहुत अच्छी खातिर की. तो ऐसे ही जब बाहर से कोई आता है इंडिया में, तो इंडिया भी तो हमारा घर है. तो हम हमारे घर को कैसे साफ सुथरा बनाएंगे उसके बारे में सोचना पड़ेगा. हम देख सकते हैं कि बहुत सारे डंपिंग यार्ड्स है, बहुत सारी चीजें हो रही है, बहुत सारे सड़क में कचड़े हैं. हम उसके लिए सोल्यूशन क्यों नहीं ढूंढते? वी आर द स्टूडेंट्स ऑफ कॉमर्स. वी कैन स्टार्ट अ ओन स्टार्टअप ऑन वेस्ट मैनेजमेंट, जो कि बहुत लोग कर भी रहे हैं, बट वी कैन इंट्रोड्यूस मोर न्यू आइडियाज ऑन इट. सो व्हाई डोंट यू make civic sense a good topic for commerce and build your own startup on it. And अगर हम ये करते हैं तो मे बी हम यूथ ही है जो इंडिया को एक विकसित भारत बनाएंगे.
Okay, thank you so much for that feedback. And lastly, I would just add on one more thing to it. इंडिया के पास एक ऐसा ब्यूटीफुल अपॉर्चुनिटी है कंसिडरिंग द नंबर ऑफ यूथ एंड द परसेंटेज ऑफ यूथ वी डू हैव दैट वी आर द ओनली कंट्री व्हिच इज गोइंग टू कैश ऑन इट्स डेमोग्राफिक डिविडेंड. हमें डेमोग्राफिक डिविडेंड तब मिलेगा जब तुम अलर्ट होंगे, स्किल्ड होंगे, कैपेबल होंगे एंड वेल मैनर्ड होंगे एंड अल्टीमेटली फर्स्ट थिंग सिविक सेंस इज प्राइमरी. नहीं तो तुम्हारे पास कोई एनवायरमेंट भी नहीं है. हर जगह पे जो है ना हमारे यहाँ पे गंदे नाले चल रहे हैं, उस तरह से तुम कर दिए तो ना कल हम उगांडा इथियोपिया जैसे ही कोई माहौल बना होगा और हम भी उस तरह से रहेंगे. एंड दे आर इवन बेटर देन अस बाय द वे. ग्रेजुअली इन वर्ल्ड की अब जब लिस्ट निकल रहा है, अगर 10 सिटी मोस्ट पोल्यूटेड है तो इंडिया का 9 सिटीज है उसमें. तो फिर क्या रेपुटेशन बनाया और क्या देश बनाया हमने. हमको चेंज होना पड़ेगा, पर्टिकुलरली एनवायरमेंट को लेके. थैंक यू, इट इज सो नाइस एंगेजिंग विथ यू एंड आई होप ऑल ऑफ आवर स्टूडेंट मस्ट हैव लर्न many things from you and they will carry it forward in the years to come. It was so nice you joined us today.
Thank you so much for inviting me, sir. It was an honor.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for such an insightful and inspiring session. We are deeply grateful for your powerful perspective you have shared on us on the youth leadership and national development. Thank you so much, ma'am. segment, adding immense value to our journey and learning.
May I now invite Simran Singh to kindly introduce our next speaker in the Super Lakshmi Dance. Good afternoon, everyone. It is truly an honor and a privilege to welcome our esteemed guest, Ms. Subhalakshmi Das. Ms. Subhalakshmi Das is a distinguished national youth leader, an inspiring public speaker, and a proud recipient of the NCC Governor's Gold Medal, Odisha. She has made remarkable contributions in the field of youth empowerment and social impact, serving as a policy contributor and mentor. As an NCC Youth Ambassador and Best NCC Cadet 2023, she has represented India at prestigious platforms such as the Republic Day Camp and the SAARC Youth Exchange Program. Through her dedication, she has guided over 500 government school students, promoting leadership, discipline, and grassroots development. Her journey is truly motivating, and we are grateful to have her with us today. Let us extend a warm welcome to Ms. Subhalakshmi Das.
Thank you, Subhalakshmi. You could start now. Give your initial delivery. I hope you are audible. We are audible to you. But you unmute yourself. You are not audible to us. Yeah, you are not audible to us. Let us try something from our end. There may be glitch. Just a sec, okay? You could speak now.
May I speak now? Am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Yes. So I'm not able to recognize all the faculty members' faces. I'm very sorry for that. But for sure, I know Chashmit is there and Haldar Sahu sir is there. And Chittaranjan sir is also there, I guess. So I'm really sorry if I'm missing on the names because it is because of the network glitch that I'm not able to see faces. So I'm really sorry for that first. And after that, I would like to show my gratitude to Haldar Sahu sir for inviting me, for having me here, and for thinking that I deserve this platform. Thank you very much, sir. Really, I would like to thank you. And being here today, it is like something away from, straight out of my nostalgia. I was a student, like all of these people are sitting next to, like right in front of me, and I would have loved to connect with all of these people physically. But yes, I'm not staying in Odisha, so I have to connect with you all virtually. But I think it's going to be a fruitful session for all of you. So what happened? Because I come from the same university and I come from the same classrooms and again the same surroundings, the same amazing faculty members. And the most importantly, I come from the same realities as many of you are right now. Many of you are living the life that I have lived like you. So it is very important for me to address you people. Am I?
Yes, yes, you are audible. Yes, you are audible.
Yes, there was some interruption. So before I want to start with the topic, whatever we are going to talk about today, that is professional leadership. So I want to start with a very simple thought that many of you would be aware of my journey so far. That like how I started from Kalahandi, how I studied my plus two and plus three in the same college that you are in. I'm sorry, university as you are in. And then I studied outside, and then I did quite a few things in terms of NCC, BBYLD, My Bharat platform, and many other platforms as well. So I will not go straight into what I have done so far, but it is going to be an interactive session if we could interact, or I would give a certain kind of framework that you can utilize in your life, that I have utilized to some extent in my life as well. So talking about what we can do is whenever we are talking about, whenever I have talked to people about my journey, or the people who have understood my journey or know me since the beginning, they would tell me always one thing that, oh, okay, Subhalakshmi, you are talented. Subhalakshmi, you're a born talent. That's what they say. But I don't actually align with that particular thing, because let me clarify you. not something that you are going to always have in your life, and it is going to be helpful in your life as well. But the real question lies in what you do with that talent. If you have the talent, it's very good, well and good. But if you have that, then how do you nurture it? And then where do you direct it? And most important thing, what do you vision with that talent? That's the most important thing. Your vision around that particular talent. So I'm going to tell a story. Uh, when I was like you, I was in the known like it is now. So,
Yes, Sivalashmi, go ahead.
I mean, somebody is speaking, so it's overlapping.
Yes, somebody is speaking in between. Don't talk in between. Okay, Sivalashmi, you go ahead.
Uh, you can show me a thumbs up. Now it is muted, so you can show me a thumbs up. Okay, fine. So I was telling you all a story. So when I was in my college and I was an NCC cadet, most probably I was senior cadet captain back then. And then, it was a summer afternoon like this, and I was standing on the road outside college entrance. And then what happened? An old lady walks up to me and she asked me, "Do you have some water? Can I have some water?" And for that particular day, I did not have a water bottle. So I was like, okay, I'll go purchase a water bottle and give it to her. And that day, one thing hit me that okay, in this summer afternoon, there would definitely many people who would be passing by, who would be walking by, and they would be thirsty, right? They would need water for that particular time. So then I realized, okay, let's do one thing. Let's create a water. Let's plant a watershed here. Let's distribute some water here. We can do that. So I went back to my NC people. I went back to my team, and I then asked them, can we do that? I initiated my idea, and we planned to do it. But you know what happened as the fate would have it, it collapsed. In few days, it collapsed. We were doing great. We were supplying water to many people who were passing by and the travelers, and we were so happy for a month or so, I guess. But then it collapsed because it was not professionally built with all the resources. So what happened? Bhavanipatna municipality actually noticed it, and they planted the same thing next to it, and they could actually make it operational as well. So just look here, what I'm trying to say, if the students are able to get where I'm taking the talk towards. So here we did not build a particular solution to a problem that we had. Here what I did was I initiated. I went to my team. I talked with them. I understood what all resources we would need. Do we have it within our college? Do we have any help to get it from? So this is what we paved the way towards it. Okay, we paved the way towards a solution. So we led, and who followed? The administration, the municipality, it followed it. So here, what I'm trying to build is, for me, leadership is not only about the solution, or it is not only about what we are going to get out of something. It is basically about how consistently we are identifying what to initiate. I repeat it here. Constantly, consistently, we have to identify what to initiate. Whenever we are walking, we can observe a lot of problems. Okay, so I'll get you here that whenever I talk to any person, they would be like, okay, I don't like this thing about my day today. I don't like this thing about my body. I don't like this thing about my life today. But let me ask you, isn't there one thing that we all don't like about our day some days? There would definitely be one thing, right? So what exactly we do is, I would suggest you all to do it, that if you don't like maybe traffic, maybe your food, maybe your money, maybe your body, maybe whatever, your exam results or the job you are going to do, what do you exactly have to do is you have to ask yourself, what is that one thing that I can change about this particular thing I'm not liking today so that I don't have to crib about it tomorrow. Okay? So this is where you are going to get your discipline from. This is where we are going. This is where we are going to get our discipline from. How are you going to get discipline through it? You are going to get, you are going to introspect yourself, and then you are going to find solutions how not to complain about it. So I'll give you an example. When I was in my school days, I remember I was preparing for a Sanskrit lecturate competition. Okay, and it was very difficult to speak in Sanskrit for like 5 minutes of time. And then I realized, okay, I don't think I can do it. I don't really think. Tomorrow is the competition, and I was like, okay, I don't think I can do it. So But somehow I thought, okay, let's not, it's a difficult language, it's something I don't know, or maybe it's something out of my comfort zone. But I realized, okay, let's do it anyways. Let's not crib about why I can't do it, but let's do it anyways. And I did it. I'll tell you, I did it, and I got the first prize in district level as well. And there was no state level competition for that particular competition, so I could not represent my district at state level. But I won. So the moral of this whole story I'm trying to tell you is, don't complain. First thing, if you are complaining, complain, no problem. If you are complaining, then try to introspect why you are complaining, is there a solution, and try to actually find a solution towards that. Try to initiate a solution towards that particular problem. So I'll tell you a story from my BBYLD journey. If you know Viksit Bharat Young Leaders Dialogue, where I have represented Odisha recently, and I was, unfortunately, I will tell you, unfortunately, I was the only person from my district to be represented there. Why I'm telling unfortunately, I got my own share of meeting ministers, prime minister, the education minister. But I believe if people from Khorda district, people from Bhubaneswar, people from Puri, people from Cuttack, these all places, I found minimum of 5 presenters from there in the state level. But for in our case, we did not have many. Why didn't we have many? Are we not intelligent enough? Are we not like them? It is because we do not trust in ourselves. First of all, I'll tell you, I come from an Odia medium school. Okay, so me being able to speak in front of all of you in English is an achievement for me. I'll be honest with that. It is an achievement for me. So when we constantly tell ourselves, okay, I'm from Odia medium school, I cannot do this, I cannot do that, that does not help. So why I'm telling here that unfortunately I was the only one in the state contingent, that I believe in my district there were many more talents who could have represented Odisha, who had better ideas than me. But why did I do that? Because I took my chance. I worked for it. I created my ideas. Any problems that I have seen while working for different projects in Kalahandi or in Bhavani Patna, I have found out solutions, my fair share of solutions, and I noted them down. I tried to make it in a policy format, and I did it. So what are we talking about here? We can be the best versions of ourselves. Then only we will get any kind of recognition. If you know about this person called John F. Kennedy, do you guys, any of you know about it? He is a former American president. Okay. So if we know about him, then his father used to tell him one thing. If you become a grass cutter, if you become a toilet cleaner, if you become a teacher, if you become anything, to be best at it. You do whatever, doesn't matter what you do. But there should not be a second person, who would be able to do it like you can do it. So here what happens, he became the best version of himself. The truth is ideal. Person of, when I'm talking about person of excellence, you are going to be best at doing something. Here what happens, it led to one. Okay?
Subbalakshmi,
So
could you hear me?
on his,
Subbalakshmi, could you hear us?
yes, sir, I can hear you.
Yes, Subbalakshmi, it is so insightful from you that we got to know that you need to stop complaining and introspecting yourself that why you are doing this and be a provider of solution. That's what a leader is, and your initial remarks on everything from bringing and correlating everything with a story really give deep insight of your understanding of life and how leadership evolves and with the process. And we're really glad we are running out of time. Actually, we should have listened to you for more
Yes, yes.
a minute too. But the reason we called you that you are one such leader to whom our student could easily connect to. Because you are from the
Sure,
same
sure,
alma
sir.
mater and you yourself established yourself, you proved yourself in national and international forum for us. And we are really proud and privileged that you talked to them for a few minutes. Now I think one of your friend and known sister, I think Anmol Ankita is also online too. She would be delivering the
Okay.
lecture soon. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
yeah,
We
sure,
would be
sure, sir.
listening to you physically. Uh,
Maybe disconnect. May I and
you could
people
stay.
from my part
You could
take the call?
unmute yourself and you could stay. You could mute yourself and stay, and you could still listen. Okay.
Okay. Okay. I didn't get my concluding part. If I could
Okay. Okay.
conclude in a
Just
minute,
speak for 2 minutes. Sure.
does that?
Sure. Sure.
Okay. Okay. So what I wanted to, while concluding, what I wanted to put was, so every time whenever I go to deliver any talk in any national forums or any youth dialogue that I go to, I ask them to do one thing, so which I would like to assign to the students from my university as well. That whenever you are working, whenever you are studying, whenever you are working in your college or in your university or in Bhavani Patna, try to find out that one problem that could you can build a policy around, and it could actually change the particular problem. So whenever you are going to whenever you are doing something, try to find it out, put it in a way that it could be made to a policy, and it could be like it could be changed at a macro level, not in a micro level, in a macro level. So there are people sitting out there who would be able to actually interact with you and try to solve the problem from your perspective. So don't think, okay, nobody is hearing me, nobody is listening me out. So actually do that. I would like to assign this to every student out there, whoever is there. I wanted to assign it to them. And while concluding, I wanted to say that I always put a bit of Sanskrit in whatever I say. So this is the last thing I'm gonna say, that swam gacchadvam, sam vadadvam, sam no janitam, means you have to speak together, you have to move together, and you have to think together. You have to all think together so that you can go ahead. It's not like you're going to walk alone. Walk in a team and you will go a long way. So thank you very much. I hope I did not take much time in conclude.
Thank you so much, Shivalakshmi, for joining us today. We would have listened to you for more than 1 hour or so also. Had you joined physically, you know, this online things becomes a problem every point of time. But anyhow, you delivered it so well, and our students have taken inspiration from you. Thank you so much for joining us today. Now we would be listening to
Sure,
Anmol
sure.
Ankita. You could still join and stay tuned in the website, okay? Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your engaging address and insightful value address.
Your achievement as a national youth leader and NCC government board members are truly inspiring for all of us.
Your dedication towards youth empowerment and leadership has left a lasting impression on everyone present here. As we approach the concluding part of this session, let us stay attentive and make the most of this final moment.
This is a wonderful opportunity to reflect on all that we have learned today.
May I now invite Swati Sahu to introduce our next distinguished speaker, Ms. Anmol Ankita.
It is a great honor and privilege to welcome the truly inspiring and distinguished personality among us today, Ms. Anmol Ankita. Ms. Anmol Ankita is a national orator, rhetoric speaker, and a proud youth icon from Odisha. She is a motivational figure, a passionate auditor, and a dedicated social worker from Kalahandi, Odisha. Through her grassroots initiatives, she helps promote literacy, social awareness, and youth leadership. Recognized as a youth icon of Odisha and a rhetoric speaker, she has represented the state on several national platforms, including the Parliament House of India. Currently, she is pursuing her master's in geography, and she continues to inspire young minds through her commitment to community engagement and leadership. Her journey is truly motivating, and we are grateful to have her with us today. So let us welcome her, Ms. Anmol Ankita.
Anmol, please do share your journey of being a leader now. Now you are motivating so many students, not only in Odisha, you are motivating students from outside Odisha. Even you do have, we could see yourself to be an international leader in the years to come. So we are inspired and we are also still motivated by you. Please give some inputs to our students. How could they follow your path and they could be become a leader too in the future? I hope I'm audible to you, Anmol. Anmol, your voice is not coming. Could you,
Sir, now am I audible?
yes, yes, now you're audible. Yeah, you're audible now.
First of all, Juhat everyone. At first, I want to extend my gratitude towards the Department of Commerce and Management for inviting me in this national workshop, especially to Haldar sir, who connected over. Next, I express my regards to all the dignitaries present over there. It is always special connecting to your alma mater. And I would like to say I'm very grateful to all my teachers, professors, and everyone who have been with me and guiding me through every thick and thin throughout my journey. And yes, of course, it was Haldar, Khutia sir, my HOD, Mr. Subrat Kumar Panigrari, our ex-VC sir, Sanjay Kumar Saspati. They all have seen me grow from what I was and what I have become now. So I really owe them a lot. Thank you. And I owe very much to my university itself, Mahanikeshwari University. So as we are here in the second edition of this national seminar talking about a new era and a new beginning, everyone is so obsessed with AI, isn't it? Even me. I am dependent upon AI for preparing my presentations, then preparing my schedules. AI brings life to my imagination and whatnot. So yes, AI is developing and I am thinking it's doing wonder. But then there is a question which arises in my mind. Like, is there something unique to me or is there something unique to you which AI can't do or which it can't replicate? So you may take a look around yourself, everyone who is present there. Look towards your right, towards your left. Look in the surroundings. Do you find something or do you notice something that AI can't replicate? Are there any answers?
Yes, this is us. It could not replicate us. Well, in lively
But
form, so to say.
nowadays AI, okay, but do you know there is a technology like you can exactly mimic every human organ and everything. AI can do that. Do you know about it?
No, we don't have that idea. So you could elaborate us and let us know.
Okay, okay. So, having stood in the Parliament Hall and walking down the grassroots, the dusty road for social work, I have noticed something and realized something. So, it is the human algorithm which AI cannot replicate. So basically, everyone asks me, or like they take advice for me, like what should we do in order to succeed in life? What should we do to improve our skills? I have been guiding many nowadays, and like many students. So I get very familiar questions of doubts and everything. So after that, I started thinking, like what is it that can't be replicated about ourselves? And I found out that it's the human algorithm. Many might not be knowing what's the human algorithm, so let me break it down. The human algorithm
start. Let's start. Sorry we miss you in between. This suspense in technical glitches. Anmol, you could go ahead now. Anmol, am I audible to you?
I'm just.
Yes.
Yes, you are audible. Am I audible and visible? Because
Yes, you are audible.
sorry, sir, I'm not able. Okay, I can proceed.
You are audible now. Anmol, you are audible. You go ahead.
I'm proceeding then, sir.
Yes.
So I was talking about the human algorithm. So I'm pretty sure in this workshop there were now it's fine. Okay, then there is lot of breaks now. Then I'll come straight to the point. So I'm here to tell you what you shouldn't do if you want to achieve success in your life or if you want to lead the company. So basically, after a lot of experience I have come through that our human algorithm, the mental operating system of our mind is the most powerful neural processor that the technology can ever have. But there are certain errors or certain viruses that corrupt our human algorithm and bars us from achieving the pinnacle of success. So that's why I want to share what not to do. If you want to succeed, what you should do. So basically, the first one is indifference. It is the attitude of neither liking nor disliking. You are aimlessly just following and drifting. But the problem with the drift is you can never drift to the top of the mountain. So that's why learn to give everything you have in everything you do. And I can guarantee you that you will get new opportunities. I loved speaking and I gave everything I had to my speaking abilities. And now look at me. I'm now a national orator addressing my very own university as a guest. So, about this indifference. The second one is mental paralysis. It is fearing the consequence of being wrong even before the action is taken. You are just not able to think right, make decision, or think straight. But tell me, how can you even tell if your action is right or wrong without even executing the action? I believe life is intent. कुछ ना कुछ तो होगा ही. So that's why pick up a direction and go on. The worst can happen is you can be wrong. But that wrong decision will help you to make a right decision or the best decision in the near future. Then the third error that corrupts our human algorithm is doubt. And the worst one is self-doubt. If I would have doubted my self-capabilities, then I could have never have been possibly invited by the IIM as a TEDx speaker. Understanding your self-worth and moving forward is the first step towards progress. So never doubt your capabilities. Then the next error is worry. It's like a slow poison and it's a vicious cycle. It keeps on coming, it destroys you mentally, emotionally, and financially, socially, everything. See, never give double reactions to a same event. There is always a 90 seconds of time window where you can decide before your emotions and hormones hijack your response. So now it's upon you if you want to destroy your next few hours in thinking what happened in the past or what was not in your control, or you want to spend your next few hours productively in mending your future by choosing your present peace. So that's why this is a complete no. Never go after void. The fifth one is the lone wolf behavior. So it is basically an attitude where people think we can do everything by all alone in solidarity. But that's not the case. You may put in all the efforts by yourself, but your journey needs constant auditing. And this is possible by feedbacks, which you get from the external environment. Even the CEOs of the biggest MNCs rely on their specialized teams. We are social animals. We thrive in ecosystems, not in solidarity. And the last error, the sixth one, is pessimism. Is the habit of always looking towards the bad side. Nikola Tesla has said, our mind is not the transmitter, rather, it's the receiver. So, a pessimist person always try to engulf all the negativity and try to consume all the negative content. And that's why he turns blind to all the opportunities and virtues. And the fact is that our life affects us the way we think, not the way we are. The other thing is, poor thinking habits make you mentally poor, even if you are financially stable. And this dynamics is correlated to the financial market loss and profit proportion. Let me decode. In the financial market, when you invest, your profits are not only tied to the bulk investment, but it also depends upon the market performance or the market trends. So, in the same way, excellence in every field is not only correlated to your hard earned skills, but it is also related to the way you think. See, most of the people around us have bugged their brains with all these negative attitudes that is harming your human algorithm. And they forget that success is not in short supply, it is in abundance, more than you demand. And of course, without inflation. So that's why you need to debug your software, fine tune your human algorithm in order to send clear connections of success, opportunities, and what you want in your life. The next is you should upgrade your mental software because positive outlook is the most powerful neural processor, as I told you. There is something very good about being optimistic is that you will obviously find your way in the darkest of times. I have done it. I'm not telling you all this by just reading something or just searching something on web. I have tried all this, experimented with them, and after that I'm just putting them on this table. Actually, yes, sir has asked me to tell about my journey and like how I came up, how I've reached this level. But the thing is that I have already discussed many a times about my journey, and most probably now everyone knows like how to reach the position where I was. Even before me, Chasmit was there, Subhalakshmi was there. They have told you ample of things like how to get to the national platforms and many more. Even I myself, I have discussed it on several platforms. You can just Google it and find it. You can find me, you can find Subhalakshmi, you can find Chasmit. We are on YouTube, Google everywhere. And everywhere we talk about our journey. But the thing, what I felt I missed when I was preparing was these seven viruses or seven habits that had rotten my human algorithm. I took time to just fine tune my mental frame, my mindset, and after that, I had reached this level. So that's why I want you all just to avoid this. And at last, I would like to tell that be the prompt engineers and the architects of your own success story. Don't wait for others to tell you.
Okay, thank you,
Just
Anmol.
fix a goal, find a vision, and go on. And that's it, you will reach the pinnacle of success.
Beautiful,
Thank
Anmol.
you.
Beautiful, beautiful. It's so nicely put at the end. You need to be the architect of your own. You need not to listen from others to validate your idea so beautifully. And the thing you touched in this brief 20 minutes really inspired us. From beginning to evade the self-doubt and pessimism to that human intelligence and human algorithm, and so beautifully communicated the idea which you wanted to convey. It definitely going to inspire our student and what not to do to be a good leader. Everybody knows what to do, but what not to do is something self-restraint everybody should be understanding. Thank you so much, Anmol, for talking to us. It was quite a opportunity for our student, and they got to hear from you, they listened from you, and we are eagerly waiting both of you, Subhalakshmi and Anmol. If sometime you visit, please do connect to our student physically. The online platform is not doing justice to your caliber, as I could see you both are excellent speaker, and listening from distance is not serving the purpose the way it should happen. But though we enjoyed it through, and we really got lot of inputs from both of you. Keep on keep on rising above and above all the time in the years to come. Thank you so much for joining us today. Fine. Thank you so much. Now the girls are going to give you the thank you note, okay? Just wait for 1 minute. Your appreciation is coming.
Thank you, ma'am, for such a meaningful and enriching session.
Your word as TEDx speaker and youth icon have truly inspired us to think bigger and aim higher.
We deeply appreciate your efforts in promoting awareness, leadership, and positive change among youth.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your enriching session.
It was quite engaging and exciting, both of you, though you are at distance, but we really enjoyed your session through over here. Thank you so much for joining us today. All the best. We will be signing out, and if you want, you could watch our cultural program through online platform also with the link. Thank you. Sign out.
As we come to the end of this insightful session, we reflect on knowledge and perspectives shared with us today.
It has truly been meaningful and enriching experience for all of us.
We extend our heartfelt gratitude to all our esteemed guests for for sharing their valuable time, wisdom, and experience. Thank you.
With great respect, we now invite Mr. Mahendra Kumar Sahu to kindly come forward and deliver a vote of thanks.
I would request everybody to give a big hand to all of them. They are the ones that we are here. And more so, as Sir said, it'll keep your heart healthy and you'll keep away from heart risks. So clap.
This token of appreciation towards their services, this is actually the gratitude we must offer to our all those employees who are working day and night for us. Many a time you come and sit in a clean chair and benches, it is all because of them. The university campus is to clean to that extent only because of them. They are very less in number, but they are putting their day and night for us. Perhaps you are completely oblivious of the fact that how much back-end works they put for our smooth functioning and smooth functioning of the university, we never know. But there is no harm in giving a good gesture to them, and even in fact, it is not monetary reward or anything. Every point of time you meet any of these individuals, talk with respect. This is one thing the society is losing gradually. They all deserve. Even in fact, I've seen people that once they reach to a segment or perhaps they have started earning money bit bill, सामने वालों को तू बोल के बात करना शुरू कर देते हैं. This is really pathetic. We're becoming a society. Everybody has a human dignity. No job is small and big. Everything has equal respect. If your university is not clean for 3 days, your class could not take place. Even the professor is present, the student are present, but this classroom is filthy, you could not have the class. So everybody has an equal role in the society, and we almost admire. No job is small, no is big. Thank you so much.
सच्ची कुड़े दसा तेरे नखरे दा तोड़दी मास्टर बनाया सानू लाई कादी लोर उन्नियां ते हासा तेरा कुड़े मार जांदा है नी सानू दस जांदा गल लंबी चलू होर नी ओ गब्बरों नू बिल्लो केड़े चक्करां च पाया मैं सच्ची तेनू समा ला के रब ने बनाया दिखादा सानू इश्क च अपने तू लाया ओ नैना नाल सूली उत्ते चाड़े गोरीए अलंग दी अख सी जो मारी गोरीए सच्ची उदों दिसदे सी संग जीत जुल्फाना फिरे खेड़दी मैं पूरा नी तू कहरे गुजारे गोरिए अलंग दी ने अख सी जो मारी गोरिए सच्ची उदों दिसदे सितारे गोरिए संग जीत जुल्फाना कदे मिल के बैठो गल करिए प्यार दी आज काली काली रात मार दी देखो तारियां दी लो हथ तां फड़ो कदे नहीं छड्डदा यार नी तेरी तू दम जान वार नी तुसी हुक्म करो कदे मिल के बैठो गल करिए प्यार दी आज काली काली रात मार दी देखो तारियां दी लो देखो तारियां दी नी तेनू देख के जी लगदा देख दीवा जगदा नी तेनू देख के तां लगदा तू मोरा कोलों सिखदी तोरा दस की चोनी है जान सिखानी है नी तू जद वाल सिखानी है फिर सुल्फे वांगू चढ़दियां लोरां जो कहेगी जट कर चू गोरिए तुम्हारा चंगा सर चू गोरिए तुसी एवें ना डरो कदे मिल के बैठो गल करिए प्यार दी आज काली काली रात मार दी देखो तारियां दी लो हथ तां फड़ो कदे नहीं छड्डदा यार नी तेरी तू दम जान वार नी तुसी हुक्म करो कदे मिल के बैठो All it took was a single glance. Yeah, it's true, girl, I love you bad. Ooh, baby, got your hands on me. I get so dirty, but you look so clean. I just wanna show you what I'm gonna do when it's just me and you. I could be your lifeline. You know I wanna make you mine. I'll never let you go.
Hello.
So baby,
Are you
take a
ready,
chance,
guys?
just grab my hand. Show you a life from man. If you
Carnaval. Hello, hello, hello. Canta नहीं आता पर डूम टैनाओ आउची डूम डूम टैनाओ हाँ हेलो 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 डूम टैनाओ हाँ और कुछ बोल दो हेलो हेलो
हेलो